Hi everyone. So this is my professional website. This is my homepage. And the first tab is an About Me tab, which just has some information about me and explaining how you can navigate my website and what's on it. Next, I have an Accomplishments tab, which is kind of like a little mini resume, some education, accomplishments, involvements, leadership roles, experience, working with children. Then I have my lesson plan tab, which has my lesson plan that I'll come back to in a moment. And then lastly, I have my experience tab, which just has some pictures from my senior internship in a second grade classroom. So going back to my lesson plan, I chose to do a lesson plan on an interactive read aloud for pre-K using the Very Hungry Caterpillar. I'm just going to go through it a little bit. Those are my standards, have an essential question, a learning objective, an introduction / activation strategy, some vocabulary that I would introduce, before reading questions, during reading questions, like think alouds and guided questions. After reading, again, the same thing, a closure. And then I have a formative assessment during the reading, and then after the reading, having the kids put some pictures in order or using puppets to retell the story. Just a checklist to make sure the students are understanding the story and the differentiation and materials that I would use. So the questions that I asked my expert were, how does your knowledge and ideas about students' development of pre-reading skills relate to my introduction activation strategy in my lesson plan? My second question is, are there specific interest areas that young children are more likely to connect with during a read aloud? And my last question was, what are examples of types of assessments that young children respond most positively to? And what assessment formats are best to allow students to demonstrate their comprehension and understanding of a read aloud? So the expert that I chose is Saroj Goding. She's an early childhood literacy consultant, and she's from PA. She actually presents early literacy training, like nationally and regionally. She was a consultant for the Public Library Association for a very long time. And I think what stuck out to me the most about her is that she's published so many books about early literacy, um, planning it and assessing it, which I think relates to my read aloud because it relates to literacy. Um, and just every child ready to read. I think that's important because she gives you tips for preparing children to read and what they should be paying attention to while you're reading to them and what you should be paying attention to while they're reading and responding to you. Um, just tips about what you should be doing while reading a story. And she focuses on young children and their reading skills, which I think is important for my read aloud. So she actually responded to me, and she said that she liked my introduction activation strategy a lot, and she said that the interest areas that I had that the children were connecting to, like asking them about food and connecting if they were ever hungry and if they've had a stomach ache and stuff like that, were really good. And then the only thing that she said about the assessment is that she could have them also draw a picture because it could be too young to know how to put things in order. They could draw a picture of what they remember from the lesson or from the reading. And